Hey everyone, and welcome back to Gizmo Rush. In today's video, we have got something exciting. I'm testing a game called Elden Ring. It has captured the hearts of many gamers worldwide. I'll be putting this game through various graphic settings on my Acer Nitro V15 RTX 3050 to see if this laptop can handle the intensity and stunning visuals of this demanding title. Let's get into it. But before we move ahead, let's see the system requirements of the Elden Ring game. If your laptop meets the minimum requirements of this amazing game, then you can also enjoy it. One thing that I noticed is that this game puts this laptop's CPU to its maximum limits. During the installation, the CPU was running at 100% capacity for a long time, which got me worried. Now, let's start the game on this Acer Nitro V15 gaming laptop which I've been using for the past 6 months. The start of the Elden Ring is good, as you can see a stable frame rate of 60 FPS. Also, the CPU and GPU are under normal temperatures of 51 and 47 degrees Celsius. Here you can see the type of characters to choose from. So I'm going to select this male samurai warrior and set the profile for this game. I have already played Elden Ring for about an hour, but for this game test, I'll be starting from the beginning to show you the intro and give you a full experience from the beginning. The FPS is fixed at 30 frames per second. The visual quality is stunning, but the brightness seems to be low. And that is why I'm going to increase its brightness level. But the laptop's brightness is 100%, so now I'll need to increase the brightness from the game settings. The game brightness level is at 5 and I will increase it to 10. Now let's take a look at the graphics settings for the Elden Ring on this laptop. Currently the settings are maxed out for the best possible quality, but I'll start the gaming test using the default graphics settings to give you a more realistic sense of what this laptop can handle out of the box. To do that, I'm just going to the graphics settings and keep the ray tracing to a maximum. Then I'm selecting the advanced settings option. Here you can manually adjust the graphics settings according to your preference, but I'm going to set these graphics to the default. For that, I just need to press the F key and it will do the job. You can see that the graphics are instantly set to high settings. Also, you can quickly change the graphics by going to the quality settings and clicking on this box right here to select the graphics quality you want. Everything's set, so let's jump back into the game and check how these settings affect the overall visual quality. Right now this laptop is showing around 30 frames per second, which honestly is on the lower side. Even during combat, the FPS remains stable, but it doesn't push beyond that. The good news? Both the CPU and GPU temperatures are staying within normal ranges, which means that the laptop is managing its performance well despite the load. Overall, I enjoyed playing in high settings. The gameplay is smooth and the visual quality exceeded my expectations. But I think this laptop has the potential to deliver a higher FPS count. The interesting part is, if you're gaming without running any benchmarking apps in the background, you probably wouldn't notice the lower FPS as much. It's still a great experience. If you are new to this channel, then like the video, subscribe to Gizmo Rush and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Alright, now it's time to push things to the limit with Elden Ring. I'm going to crank up the graphics settings to maximum because I want to see how well the game runs under most demanding conditions. So let's dive into the game settings. I'm going to increase the graphics and I'm keeping ray tracing maxed out to make those visuals pop. With the new settings applied, let's jump back into the action. Now checking the performance. Both the CPU and GPU are holding steady at around 63 degrees Celsius, which is impressive for such a heavy load. As for me, well, I'm still missing my target left and right. But hey, the game looks stunning. The details are sharper and the environment feels even more immersive. But despite the higher graphics settings, the gameplay remains just as smooth as it was before. One more interesting thing I noticed while playing Elden Ring is that every time I die in the game, the FPS count jumps to around 57 frames per second. It's kind of ironic, right? The moment my character is out of the action, the performance improves. It's probably because there's less going in terms of rendering and processing during those death animations. So while it's still a small consolation for dying, it's still an interesting performance insight. But wait, something's definitely off here. The FPS has dropped drastically to just 6 frames per second. And I'm not sure why. Let's investigate. First, I'm going to lower the ray tracing and set the graphics quality to medium to see if that helps. Alright, there's a slight improvement in the FPS count, but it's still far from where it should be. So let me check the battery level of this gaming laptop. And there it is. The battery level has dipped below 30%. Now here's something important you should know about Acer Nitro V15 gaming laptop. When the battery drops below 40%, the graphics card automatically scales down the performance, which is why the gaming quality and FPS takes a hit. So all I need to do now is wait until the laptop recharges nearly 40% and then I'll continue the Elden Ring gaming test. Now you can see the FPS count has increased to 45 to 55 frames per second, which is good for a smooth gaming experience. But at the same time, I have to compromise with the graphics quality. Also, after changing the graphics quality, the CPU and GPU are getting heated up to 75 and 85 degrees Celsius. During the combat with the tree sentinel, the GPU is being used up to 100% and the temperatures has increased to 83 degrees Celsius, which is exactly the opposite of when playing the game at high and maximum graphics settings. To wrap up, my Acer Nitro V15 RTX 3050 has truly been put to the test with Elden Ring. From running a stable 30 FPS on high settings to cranking up the graphics to their maximum, this laptop handled the game impressively well, maintaining manageable temperatures despite the heavy load. While I did experience some dips in the performance, especially when the battery fell below 40%, adjusting the graphics settings provided a smoother experience. One quirky takeaway: every time my character died, the FPS shot up to 57. Overall, Elden Ring was a visually stunning and smooth experience on this laptop. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Gizmo Rush, and hit the bell icon for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.